What's going on? Welcome to Unlocking Your Inner Strength. In these episodes, I share with you insights and inspirations that have come to me on my path in life, and hopefully they can be a welcome hand of guidance as you move along your journey. I teach because I'm passionate about my message. I teach because it helps me to learn more deeply. Thanks for sharing a few minutes of your time with me for this week's episode, and without further ado, here is this week's show. What's up, everybody? It's Kyle with episode 275 of Unlocking Your Inner Strength. Got a good one for you today. Going to write a follow-up article right after this one, jotting my notes down about the same topic. This morning, before I was about to hop into my cold shower, I actually started doing the contrast last week. Usually I was just doing cold and finishing hot. Last week I started doing cold, hot, cold, hot. But I was just about to hop in, and my youngest brother had been shooting me some messages, which got me thinking about training. So training questions and whatnot, and he's working with one of my buddies on stuff. So I thought I would jot down some training principles. Now I realized that when we're talking about training, there's not much difference physiologically besides strength, right? Look at strength and hormones, but training principles still apply to men and women. But what is the importance of each of those things in your mind? That is totally different for women and men. Okay? So when I was going through my list here, if you are a dad or just a busy man, timing, right? You're not going to have a ton of time to train all the time. It's just not possible. You could, but then what are you neglecting? So you always got to think of these things. So the first thing I jotted down was density of the training. Set a timer when you are working out. That'll be a game changer. If you can keep your workouts between 30 and 50 minutes, that's awesome. Sometimes I go longer, but a lot of the times when I really get into the groove and I set that clock for like 40 minutes, I know whatever I get done in that 40 minutes, it's going to be intense and I'll be done, and it's very time efficient. And you got to think, the more work you can compact into a period of time, the more dense your training is. That is one thing you should be aiming for. Even with our small group, co-ed classes at Newell Strength, they're 50 minutes. That's it. You get a lot of work done in 50 minutes. So as a man or a dad, think of density of training. Do not use the excuse that you don't have enough time to train. You can do a 20-minute workout and get what you need out of it. And remember, with the workout, it can have different goals. Always be aware of your goal, but realize that it's meant to enhance you. It's not to become your life when we're working out, right? If anybody could say fitness was their life, it would probably be me. I've been doing this more than half my life now. Books about, you name it, everything, mind, body, spirit, always around me. But it's not my life. It's a part of my life. You got to remember that. So the goal is always to keep the goal when you're training. Pushing the mind. This is a big one. You have to expand your mind when you're training. Training is a great way to do that. Training is very meditative, but you also have to put yourself in some tough sets so that you can build mental toughness. I believe mental toughness is a big part of physical training. Using physical training to become more mentally tough. Most people shy away from sets that will really challenge them. Me and my boy Frank worked out Friday. We did like 4 exercises, and it was a tough workout. That's it, 4 exercises. But we pushed it. We pushed it, and it's not comfortable a lot of the times. So sometimes you have to be willing to expand that. When you get stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually, you become more of a warrior. You are able to lead others. You have the confidence. Next week, I'm starting some new detoxification stuff that I've been recently studying, and some I'm going to be adding into the upcoming pandas. But the main reason for me, right, is I know coming into these uncertain times, this winter, this fall, cold and flu season, I cannot be sick. I can't be sick for my family or those that I lead. I got to be 100% healthy. So you got to think of that just pushing the mind and expanding, becoming mentally tougher, right? That's a huge thing. Those that you are a leader to, they should always feel safe around you. Okay. Mobility. You could do mobility drills, or this kind of goes down with one of the other things I jotted down. Being able to move your body through space. Take the joint through a full range of motion. That is huge. If you can't take the joint through a full range of motion, you got something going on. And if you're not mobile, guess what? You're not going to be able to do as much as you want to do in life. When you take mobility away, you take freedom away. Just imagine you couldn't use your left arm right from your shoulder down because your joints were so mangled and inflamed and hurting. So make sure that you are taking your body through space. Don't just sit on a machine and push weights. Better than nothing. But first of all, how much does that engage your mind? You're not engaging the core very much when you do that, right? And one of the very first book I read on physical training, Big Beyond Belief, I still have upstairs, formed a lot of my philosophy of training. They had ranked exercises at one part of the book, but any exercise where you were taking your body through space, right? Like a pull-up is much more effective than a pull-down. A walking lunge is much more effective than a leg press. Taking your body through space had much higher recruitment of your central nervous system. So take your body through space. This one too, right? Once you have built strength, the strength that you want, it's there. It's in your nervous system. What is it? 4 years ago now, I benched 400 pounds. That was a goal of mine. It was actually 405. I got to 400, and then Pulte being a newborn at the time, it just 400 was good enough, right? It was good enough for me. I can't do that right now. I know if I put my mind to it, I can get back to that, but I have no desire to get back to that. The strength foundation is there, and why I'm saying once you have it, that's good enough. Strength leads to endurance. Strength leads to endurance. So strength is the framework, it's the bowl that you put everything else into. Endurance, conditioning, power, everything. The speed, agility, all this stuff. The bigger that bowl becomes, the more other qualities you can put in. But that bowl is strength. So build your strength. Build your house on a solid foundation of strength. Once you do that, especially as you age, don't make it all about strength in terms of max effort strength. Make it about repeated effort strength, strength endurance, and realize that the strength will lead to you being able to do more reps with whatever exercise you're doing. So build that. So those are the main training principles I had put down. And I guess if I was going to put another one, if you didn't know what to do, and I've talked about this in other dad's articles, pick some weights up and carry them. Do farmer's walks. Your body can only do certain things, right? Like if you didn't know anything about training, here's what I would tell you to do. Pick a pushing movement and a pulling movement and a squat type movement and something for your backside, like a deadlift, kettlebell swing, sled drag, and a carrying movement. Do those 5 things for 40 minutes in a circuit. You're going to be golden. There's not many people in the world that can write a better program than that. You get a lot of fake fitness experts, just like with nutrition. They can write something that looks real pretty on paper, but it doesn't mean diddly, right? You can overcomplicate this stuff. Engage your mind when you train. Push the mind when you train. Realize that not every workout is going to be the best workout of all time, and that's okay. And consistency. Be consistent with what you are doing. That's a key. Remember, if you're a dad, or you're a husband, or you're a leader, a big part of that, again, is your fitness. Your mind is going to be affected by your body, and then you also got the spirit. So use that. The weight room is a great teacher. It's a great place to become stronger in all 3 of those areas. So those are some brief training principles. for busy dads, for busy men. Get in there, even if you only have 20 minutes, a couple times a week. Set the clock. That will be a game changer. I'm telling you, if you start setting the clock, countdown timer when you work out, get in, get to work, get out. All right, you all have a great day. Don't forget to go to kylenewell.com and check out the free manual I have. I believe it's /manual. And I'll have the mixtape up this week. It's another free giveaway. Pretty cool. About a 40-minute recording for you guys. Never before heard by anybody about the secrets of fasting. So you all have a good day. Keep spreading the word. Thanks for the support. I will see you guys soon. Hit the thumbs up button and say hello below if you would like.
You wrote for today's episode. I appreciate you and your time truly. I'm humbled and honored if you made it to the end of this episode. Don't forget, you can go to kylenewell.com for your free ebook written by yours truly on getting started with fasting, infused with 5 mind map principles never before seen. This is something I have not given out to anybody else that'll help you see the light when it comes to your fasting journey and creating better health, both physically and internally. Remember, it's all about the mind, body, and spirit. Until next week, peace.